Hello, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is my favorite day of the week. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely love Fridays. Get to do a little bit of school, a little bit of learning, and then at the end of it, it's the weekend afterwards. Absolutely love it. I'm going to clear all this stuff off, ready for today's lesson, and then I'll have a little read of the chat and see who's online. And I'll leave those flags on for today. Why not? And we'll get rid of them tomorrow. Let me have a little look through the chat. I'll log on here so I'll know who is ready. I've had some fantastic work in from you guys. Really, I'm very impressed. Not only do I appreciate the work, but you will appreciate it when you're getting older and you realize all the things that you've been learning in this lockdown. It's fantastic. Right, Anglesey Live. Hello, who have we got then? Good morning, Halima. Good morning, Mohammed Mikhail. Good morning, Shaman. Good to see you here. Who else have we got? Morning, Ishmael A. Morning, Ayab. Ayab, you're asking people to stop spamming, huh? Morning, who else have we got? Yes, morning, Mahayman, good to see you. Zabarol, hello. Who else have we got? Abdul Yusuf, hello. Tahira, good, yeah, morning. Salah, good morning. Omar, good morning. Dawood Ali, good morning. Who else have we got? Zainab is here. Ayab, Halima, good morning. And Juman, good morning. Oh, it's Naba, sorry. Good morning, Naba. Alicina, hello. Mohammed Mikhail, who else we got? Khadija, good morning. Hey, Zubarrel. Hey again, Shaman. Rania, good morning. Omar is here, good morning. Alicina, Salah, Neymar, Mr. Jordan. Abdul Saeed, hi. Who else? How do we enter Spelling Shed? If you go onto your Google Classroom, then you should find on Google Classroom that there is your username and your password, and then you just go to Literacy Shed or Spelling Shed, sorry, and you type in your username and password on there. Okay, that's how you do it. Just trying to see, I've dropped something that I needed to use, and I don't know what I've done with it, but I shall find it later, no doubt. Not to worry right now. Who else have we got? Good morning to Ahmad, hey, Khadija, Mohammed M, Naima, Dawood Islam is here, hey, Aiden from 3D, good to see you. That's, Adan, sorry, Adan, I said Aiden, didn't I? Adan, lovely to see you, Adan. Good to see you joining in. Who else have we got? Ahil is here, Ishmael A, Attic, log in. Good morning to Ridwan, good to see you. Yeah, some of you, just to double check about Spelling Shed, right? You just go to the Spelling Shed website. On Google Classrooms, your usernames and passwords have all been posted. So what you need to do is just click in to the link and you'll find your username and password. I don't know everybody's username and password. So what you need to do, get yourself onto Google Classroom, and on there you can find it, and then you can play with each other, okay? If anyone is still having problems with getting into Google Classroom at this point, well, you really need to let us know ASAP. Everybody should be able to log on. There should be no issues. We all did it in class already, so everyone knows what to do. It's just the same at home. One thing I found really useful is download the Google Classroom app. Obviously, you can't do that on a laptop or a computer. You don't need to. But if you're using a phone or a tablet, it's a Google Classroom app. It's absolutely fantastic. Another good thing about having that app is if you do a piece of work and you're on an iPad, take a picture and then you can stream it. Morning, Renuma, you all right? Good. You're wondering how it works. Look, camera here, reading stuff here. Who else have we got in here? Morning to Khalid. Morning, yes, Tahira, lovely to see you. Who else have we got? Alicine is here. Zainab is here. Zain is here. Good morning. I'm hoping I will have a nice morning, Zain. Samuel, hi. Well done for getting in. Hello again, Atik. Oh, not a sad face. I want a smiley face, Atik. Doha, good to see you. Of course, Doha is also the capital of Qatar, isn't it? Shwaib, hello. Good morning. You're not late, reader. Don't worry. It's 10 o'clock now. We normally start just a couple minutes past 10, just making sure we get over 60, and then we start when at least 60 kids are here. We got to a good 82 children yesterday, actually, at one point, which is fantastic news. Good morning, Tabor. Who else is here? Hi again, Samuel. Ayub, Ahil, Naima, saying some of the same names over and over again here, aren't I? Ava, good morning. How much time do we have to say hi? Loads of time. You only say hi once. If you keep saying hi to me over and over again, I keep forgetting that you've written it. So only say hi once. This is generally a good rule online. If you've got something to say, just post it once. Don't spam it over and over again. What happens, it's a bit like when you go to your mum, you're like, mum, 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 mum. After a while of saying the same thing over and over again, it just becomes a little bit annoying and you're more likely to disengage the person. So if you've got something to say it once. Don't spam it over and over again. Who else have we got? Miss Choke, good morning. Morning to, Ridwan I've seen. Ramin's here. Arif, good morning. Ayana, hey, good to see you. Ahmad Saeed is here. Brilliant. What news? Mikhail. Oh gosh, you know what? I've not been scrolling down the chat and so many things have happened. Hello, Miss Duncan. Good morning, Miss Choke. Good to see you on the chat as well. Brilliant. Sorry if I didn't get to say your name there, but remember in future, if you're going to say hello, say it once, and that way I'm not going to keep saying the same name over and over again. Right, it is Friday, my favorite day of the week. And as per usual, before I go doing the news, we've got the exciting announcement. Who is the best reader of the week? And to announce it, as per usual, we've got the one and only Mrs. Davis.
Oh, you do such a fanfare, Mr. Jordan. I feel like I have to do something fabulous to come on. Good morning, children. Nice to see you all up and early this morning. Nice to see you all engaging. I've heard such great things, and Mr. Jordan's been getting emails in from people around the world telling him how fabulous he is and representing our school. So you have a very good teacher there. Right, starting off then, we'll do the points for the different classes. And the class we'll go in reverse order. Joint third position with 83 points. It's 3J and 3P. So we do need a few more of Mr. Jordan's and Miss Patterson's children to get online and do some more reading. In second position, we have 3C with 120 points, which means Miss Duncan's class is in the lead with 130 points. So well done, 3D. Give yourself a pat on the back if you're from 3D. Right, readers of the week. We have in 3C, Mohammed Yusuf. In 3D, Mikhail. In 3J, it's that boy, I can't say his name any day of the week, Abdus Samad. And in 3P, Mohammed Anas. So well done, you four. You are our readers of the week this week. Let's try and have some different names on there next week, especially in 3J, so I don't have to say Abdus Samad again, although I know you're marvellous, Abdus Samad. Okay, I will hand you back to the truly outstanding Mr.
Well done. Oh, that is such great news to 3D. Well done. You beat 3C. Oh, that's great news. Hey, but let's get a few more names up there. Miss is absolutely right. I'm here the same names of people who are reading each week and doing really well. But come on, let's get somebody else on there to win those targets and beat them. Every time you click on a book, it says no book found. Well, that's that's annoying. We'll have to have a look into that for you. Okay, right. Great news. 70 people. Let's get going. Well done, of course, once again to 3D for winning that prize. That is absolutely fantastic. 3J and 3P, not so good. We need to up those scores. Okay, let's get everyone in 3J and 3P reading. If 1 week we could win, that would just be fantastic news. Okay, what are we going to do today? Well, as per usual, we're going to start by going over a little bit of the news, finding out what's been going on in the world around us. I'm then going to show off some of the amazing work that's been sent in. Honestly, it genuinely is incredible. The work that you are doing at home, I am so proud of all of you for just having a go, right? Some people have been saying, oh, I'm finding it hard, I'm finding it tricky. Well, there is a world of internet out there for you to go and find. There are YouTube videos galore. There is the BBC Bite Size website. There are so many tutorials on YouTube. You know, obviously, we have done some from Anglesey Primary School. There's loads of fantastic ones. I know Miss Cho is going to put on an amazing video, which I cannot wait to see, all about division and multiplication soon. But we've got all sorts of other things online that I really want that you should go and have a look at, okay? It doesn't just have to be school stuff. There are all sorts of ways of finding it out, all sorts of videos that give you little guides, all sorts of great stuff. I've lost myself. What am I talking about? Oh, literacy, we're going to do after that. As per usual on Friday, it's going to be a recap day where we're just going to recap the things that we've gone over this week. We're just going to look and make sure that we know it. I'm always going to do that on Friday. We are going to, we're going to do our maths. We're going to have another little look at division and multiplication. Take a little step back. I know some of you are moving forward, but for those of you who are still struggling, we're going to take a little step back and look at it in a slightly different way. We, of course, have got to find out a little bit about the brain, and you did the research on Joe Biden, so we're going to find a little bit about Joe Biden. We have got so many things to get through today, so I'm probably going to be going at quite a pace. There is, of course, also the quiz. Now, Miss Jordan has forgotten to make the quiz. I normally have 10 questions on that quiz on Google Classrooms. So hopefully we will get that quiz ready for you after this live stream. And it'll just be questions from things that we've spoken about in the live stream through the week, questions about the news that's been happening, questions about stuff that we have been doing in literacy. Okay, so first things first, a little talk about the news. So first things, I'm going to tell you something that's made me a little bit upset in the news. I'm a big James Bond fan, and the James Bond film has been put back again for the third time. Nobody, of course, is going to the cinema. Cinema are in real troubles across Britain. As you can imagine, all these places that are being shut down, which can only make money when people go there, are really, really struggling. So restaurants are having a real hard time. Cafes are having a real hard time. Cinemas, which are such an important part of our culture, are having a really hard time. And these big movies are being put back further and further and further. So it's real sad to see that these big films are being delayed and the cinemas can't open to make some money. So that was just a little thing that made me sad. What about this? Jobs in Britain. When you get older, it turns out we're one of the biggest car making countries in the world. I had a little look this morning. And in Sunderland, which is a place up north, Nissan, you might have heard of Nissan cars, are going to start building even more cars, electric cars, amazing things. This is creating thousands and thousands of new jobs. So if you are someone who's interested in making cars or designing cars, engines, what they look like, want to make the fastest car in the world, you are in one of the best places possible for it. We have cars like McLarens that we make in this country, Aston Martins that we make in this country. We make all sorts of other cars like Nissans and Toyotas and Vauxhalls in this country. We make, of course, Jaguars, Land Rovers, an amazing selection of cars, Rolls-Royce, Bentleys. They're all made here in this country. So you, if you're interested in cars and mechanics, work hard in school, do your maths, that's really important, get into your science, and you could make so much money designing high-speed vehicles, which is one of our real strengths. Another piece of news I thought you might find interesting was the government is going to be talking about today. Obviously, families are finding it really hard in lockdown because lots of jobs are being closed, which means people aren't getting money. And what they've been saying is for any family or adults that test positive, they go and get a test and they have coronavirus, the government might give them £500. So to help them when they're out of work, and that's to absolutely anybody who's over 18 who tests positive, the government will give £500 to. I thought that was quite an interesting idea. I'm going to do one of those little mini debates that we were doing yesterday, but I'm going to do it in my head. The first thing I thought is, I'd like £500. That's really, really good. I could spend that £500 and that would really help me with feeding us and buying things that are important. And then I thought, where's that £500 coming from? And I thought, it's coming from all the tax money. And also, we're probably going to borrow it. So every money that we spend now, we have to pay back another day. It's like when people borrow money from somebody, they have to pay it back and then they have to pay even more. So even though the government gives you £500, you might end up having to spend even more in tax when you're older. And I thought, maybe it's not so good. And then I thought, actually, money now, really important, help us out, maybe a good idea. So what I did there when I heard that news, I thought about some positive things and some negative things. And I thought, what would my opinion be on that? And I realized that every argument has two sides. Do you remember yesterday when we talked about the NHS and healthcare? I believe in the NHS. It's really important to me. But I do understand that some people might think that it's very expensive and a waste of money. So I have to understand people's points of views. It's a little bit like when we talk about our religion or maybe when we talk about something that's important to us. Although we might believe it to be true ourselves and have that personal opinion, we have to respect that other people might think different to us. And we don't just go, oh, no, you're wrong. Oh, you're stupid. Of course I'm right. That is not a good way. That is not an adult way to talk about things. What you have to do is use your brain and say, yes, I do understand that. And actually, you do have a point. However, I believe something slightly different. We've always got to be understanding of other people. We've always got to be respectful of what other people say and not force down what we believe. That's one of the little things when we were looking at opinions that I wanted to get through to you. Okay, kids' work time. Let's have a little look at some of the amazing stuff that you have been doing. We've had the news. We're going to look at your work. And after that, we're going to get on with some literacy. So here is, oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't this fantastic? So this is from Harris. He has done a drawing of the brain. We've got all the different parts of the brain. We've got the cerebellum here, the corpus callosum, the cerebrum, thalamus, the medulla oblongata. Ooh, medulla oblongata. That's a funny word, isn't it? So we've got all these different parts of the brains. We've got down here facts about the brain, subheading, bullet points. I absolutely love this work. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at this also, the resilient Biden. Look at that work and research that's been done all about Joe Biden. I didn't tell you this stuff. You went and found it out yourself. That is being a really good learner. That is absolutely fantastic. Isa Iqbal from 3C has done this. Look at that amazing picture of the brain. Finding out all sorts of key information, things that the brain does. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We've got here from Ridwan, also another drawing of the brain, breaking all the different sections of the brains, all the different things that the brain does. It really is fantastic work, isn't it? Let's keep going through a few more of these. I really like showing it off. Here's from Ridwan, a bit of information all about Joe Biden. Loads of brilliant work being done at home. Who is this as well? Oh, another one from Isa Iqbal that I got here. Look at that research about Joe Biden. Yeah, love how it's been broken down into paragraphs. Paragraphs are really important in their writing. They break down the things they're writing about. The way I remember to go to a new paragraph, it's not the only thing to do, but I think to myself about tip top. I say tip top. And in there is a little clue for me. We've got TI, which stands for time. So when the time changes, I go to a new paragraph. We've got a P there, which stands for person. So when the person I'm talking about changes, I go to a new paragraph. We've got a TO, which stands for topic. So if the thing I'm talking about changes, I go to a new paragraph. And we've got a P there for place. And when the place changes, I go to a new paragraph. So I always think when I do my paragraphs, I think tip top. Has the person changed? If so, I need a new paragraph. Has the place changed that I'm talking about? Yep, new paragraph. Has the topic or the time changed? If so, it's time for a new paragraph. Look at this fantastic work. This is from Zane. He has been doing some map work. That is from Miss Duncan's class there. I really like that. That looks like a top-down bird's eye view, and there's some fantastic stuff going on there. Looks like is that a park or a garden? That looks absolutely amazing. Wow. Ahmad Saeed from 3P. Look at that whole thing of the body. Isn't that fantastic? I'll leave it there for a second so you can have a little look at all the different parts that have been made on that. Just quickly responding to that. What else have we got here? Joe Biden's lifestyle, another one fantastic piece of nonfiction text. I'm going to go through just a couple more of these and then I'll move on. There's so many. Do you know what? I can't really get through all of them. Ooh, Rania asked me what the Northern Lights, and she went and did some research. Look at this. I think it was Rania who did this research. The most common color seen in the Northern Lights is green. When solar wind hits millions of oxygen atoms in the Earth's atmosphere at the same time, it excites the oxygen atoms for a time, and then they decay back to their original state. When they emit the green hue, we can see from the ground. Look at that. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the Northern Lights, but in the north hemisphere of the Earth, the sun's sort of nighttime radiation hits the Earth, and it says here it's from the oxygen atoms being excited and heated up. Absolutely beautiful, that. Amazing. I didn't know that. I love this. Another thing here from Tabor. There's just so much pieces of work. I'm really sorry if I didn't show all of them. Another piece of work here from Salah. Another piece of amazing work here from Jamila. I'm really sorry. I can't go through all of them. You guys have been sending in such amazing stuff. We really appreciate it. Not only is it nice for us to see it, but it is so good for you to do it. To go out and do the research yourself. Really important. Okay, first things first, a bit of literacy time. And we are going to be doing the reminders for the stuff. I know already that Miss Cho is working busily to get your quiz ready. And don't forget, there are going to be 3 sweetie prizes for the best answers coming in. Right, first things first, similes. We looked at this earlier on in the week. Before I even put a picture up, I would like to see your best similes. Let's see them written in the comments. Now, I'm going to ask very clearly. I'm only going to read it out if it starts with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. I want to see the simile as a full sentence. So I'm looking to see you writing it as a full sentence. Can we see some similes? I'm going to go back on the chat. Jamila, I did see your work. It's absolutely fantastic. I just didn't have actually, I did show your work. Didn't have time to go through every single one. Right. He is as fast as a cheetah. Anas has started us off. He has a capital letter and a full stop at the end. Good boy. Bam. It is a simile. It compares one thing to another. How fast is he? He's as fast as a cheetah. Brilliant. Let me read another one. What have we got? Attica saying you should not be posting this. You should be focusing on your work. Okay. He was as big as a giant from Ridwan. Brilliant. Capital letter, full stop at the end. Brilliant. He jumped as high as a velociraptor can. I love it. Isn't that great? As high, how high? As high as a velociraptor. I know how high velociraptors jump. That is fantastic. He is as brave as a lion. Brilliant. What have we got? Say that we have. Not quite sure what that is from Mariam. I'm going to keep going. He was as slow as a snail. Halima, full stop at the end. Don't forget it, please. He is as fast as a god. Yeah, I guess some gods in the stories are meant to be pretty fast. The man was like a snail. Very good. You don't just have to say as fast as a, but you could say as fast like a. That's really good. The man was like a snail. Let's keep going. Attic, don't forget your full stop, but good boy. Well done for focusing on the work more. The car was as fast as a cheetah from Salah. Full stop at the end, please. He is as big as an elephant. Oh my gosh, these are fantastic. Let me go. I'm telling you what, I'm going to do just a few more. He was as angry as a lion. The boy was as clever as a fox. I like that one, Harris. That's a really good one. As fast as a peregrine falcon. Oh my goodness, peregrine falcons. I tell you what, when they are diving in to get their prey, they go at super speeds. Fantastic. As fast as a Bugatti. I like that. He was as fast as... Okay, I tell you what. Can I put some pictures up and you give me a simile for the picture? So here are my... Tell you what. I'm going to put a few pictures up, shall I? I tell you, I'll get a bit of blue tack. I'll stick them to the board. And I would like you to pick one of these. I'm going to decide which one you're doing it for. Here is a picture of Billie Eilish. Can you describe something about her using a simile? Here is a picture of an eye. Ooh, what could you give me about that eye? Here is a picture of a girl. She's looking pretty exhausted there. And here is a picture of a man at the gym. Okay, so I have got 4 pictures for you. I would love to see the similes that might go with those pictures. Let's have a little look at these. What have we got? That's a really good one there, Attic. Well done. So we could picture, if I had this one, I might talk about how green she is. She's as green as something. With this one, I might talk about that eyeball as black as something. We've got 2 colors there. I can see this girl. She is sweating like her. She's as hot as, what is she as hot as? And we've got this guy. He is, fierce, strong, tough. What are the words that we're going to use to describe these? Let's have a look. Oh, brilliant. Halima. She's as green as an apple. I really like that one. He's as strong as a lion. That is really good. The superhero was fast like lightning. Maybe he is a superhero. I like that. As strong as a tiger. Mikhail. Very good. Who is Billie Eilish? She's a singer. I just found it. I only wanted something green. She just happened to be green. Brave like a lion. The eyes were staring like an owl. Oh! Aya, brilliant. One of my favorites so far. That's really good. The eyes were as small as a slug. Yeah, small and black like a slug. Oh, these are great. He was strong as Batman. Yeah, don't forget your full stop at the end, please. Hussein, please keep going, but Answer the questions. You're doing really well. She's green as grass. Brilliant. As green as a leaf. Oh my goodness, this is good. She was as cool as ice. The eyes were black like a woolly mammoth's fur. He was as strong as an orangutan. She was warm like the sun. How good is that, Alicina? I absolutely love those. Those are brilliant. The eyes were staring like an owl. Hey, we already had that one. Don't do it twice. He was strong like a saber-toothed tiger from Mikhail Muhammad. The man was as strong as a metal bar. I've never heard that before, and I like it. Metal bars are tough. They're strong. They're hard. That is a really good simile because I've never even heard it before. Really good. She is as green as a lime grass, as strong as a gorilla. The eyes are black as a bear. She's as hot as the sun. Isn't that good? The man was as heavy as a blue whale. Ada, that's so good. Blue whales, by the way, are the biggest animals to have ever existed on Earth. And they exist right now. Bigger than any dinosaur, bigger than anything that's ever been here is a blue whale. That's why that one from Ada is so good. The eyes were so still. She was frozen. Oh, that's good. Although it's not quite simile, but do you know what? I love it. Oh, guys, these are so good. Do you know what? We're going to move on from these because you've absolutely got this down. Yeah, Miss Duncan, Miss Cho are also agreeing that these are just fantastic. All right, I don't need to go over similes anymore. You have got these. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to have a little look at something different. We're going to have a look at metaphors. Could you, whilst I'm finding my pictures for metaphors, could you tell me, can you remember, what is a metaphor? Because it's a bit different to a simile. A simile is when I compare one thing to another thing. How is a metaphor different to a simile? I'm going to come and have a little look at your chat and see what you're saying in a second. So what is a metaphor? Can you remember what a metaphor is? I'm going to change this off. Tick, we've done that. I'm going to cross it off. Now we're on to metaphor. So what is a metaphor? Let's have a look. Metaphor. Do you remember we looked at it earlier on? Could even be a question in a test or something. I'm not sure. But what is a metaphor? What do we got? You're not sure. Don't worry if you're not sure. I'm going to tell you in a second. I just want to see if anyone can remember what a metaphor is. I'm going to tell you. If not, don't worry if you can't remember. It's not a problem. Let's just see if anyone does remember what a metaphor is. You might even have another tab open and you can Google it. We don't compare, we describe. I like that's close. Something like, but it isn't. These are getting good. Describing something as something else. Harris, that's a good one. Not sure. Metaphors is something that act like something or a human character. That's personification. You are so close. That's personification. We're going to come to that one in a second. You say they are something, but they are not. Yeah, do you know what? That's pretty much the answer. Is when you say something is something when it isn't, right? That sounds like a weird thing to say. But here's my example, and I've given you the example before. If I said, you are such a chicken, you are a chicken, right? What do I mean? Obviously, I don't actually think you are a chicken, do I? So what do I mean? If I say, you are a chicken, what do I mean by that? Yeah, these are really good, guys. You're absolutely getting what a metaphor is. Oh, this is so good. What do I mean if I say, you are a chicken? Oh, you are a chicken. You are such a chicken. What am I saying? What am I saying? Chicken, you're scared. Good. You describe something, but it isn't. Yeah, really good. Yeah. If I say someone's chicken, I'm saying, oh, you're scared of things. You run away. You don't want to get involved. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you another metaphor, and I want you to think, what does it mean? Okay. My bedroom is a jail. What do you think that means? My bedroom is a jail. What do you think I mean? Because it's a metaphor as well, right? It doesn't actually mean you literally are behind bars in your bedroom, okay? It doesn't literally mean that that's what's happening. But if I said, these are really good, by the way, you all got that chicken thing, and I'm really happy about that. If I say my bedroom is a jail, what am I saying? So I'm not actually saying that you've gone to the police station or that you've gone to jail, and I'm not saying that you've actually got bars. Okay. So what do you think I might be saying? Alicina has said it means you are stuck in your room. Yeah. Ishmael A, locked in your room. Very good. Zubairel, don't use that word on the chat, please. But yeah, my bedroom is locked. Ahmad Saeed has said you live in a small space. I like that. Anjuman has said boring. Absolutely. Good one. Yeah, that's kind of, if I said my bedroom's a jail, I'm like, it's boring in here. I've got nothing to do. Really good. I feel locked up. You get locked in often. Now, it doesn't literally mean your parents are locking you in to your bedroom, okay? Just to be clear. When you say my bedroom's a jail, if you said my bedroom's actually a jail, then okay, fine. But I'm just saying, oh, my bedroom's a jail. Living at home right now, it's like jail. It is jail. It's jail. I live in jail. Yeah, I don't really mean it, but yeah, you're stuck in there. This is really, really good. Ahil, don't use that word, please. Not the right word for the chat. Okay? Again, Ahil, don't use that word. I can see it twice now. You've used it 3 times. Don't repeat yourself. Okay. All right. 2 for you to work out. Could you make me a sentence using one of these as a metaphor? So I've got a zoo. What could I describe as a zoo? Okay. Obviously, don't say I went to the zoo. That's not a metaphor. What could you describe as a zoo? And what could you describe as a dragon? So I want you to tell me, yeah, this is really good, the stuff about the jail. That's really, really good, guys. Well done to Reedy Khan there, Hibba. Well done, Yusuf. Ayub, please don't use that language or I'm going to block you. What might I describe as a zoo? Ooh, Paran has said, I'm a zoo. I wonder what that might mean if you say I'm a zoo. I'm a dragon. Yeah, that is definitely. I don't think you might call yourself a zoo. A zoo and a dragon, yeah. What might you call a zoo? What might you call a dragon? Think of it when it's a metaphor. You're saying something is something when it isn't. I know this is a tricky one to understand. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to just pop these over here so I don't have to hold them up and I can actually read what you're saying. So what have we got there? We've got, well, you wouldn't say a person is like a zoo. I don't think I'd say Mr. Jordan is like a zoo, but you could say Mr. Jordan's classroom is a zoo. That would mean that, oh, there's so much noise coming out of it. There's so much mess. What else have we got? The dragon is breathing fire like a volcano. That's nice, but that's not a metaphor, is it? Lots of animals like a zoo. Now, if I said a place is like a zoo, I don't actually mean there's lots of animals, but I mean it's like there's animals. Imagine if I said, 3C, it's like a zoo. It's a zoo in there. It's a zoo in 3C. I don't mean there's an elephant and a giraffe walking around the place. What I mean is, there's noise, there's mess all over the place, yeah? The dragon is deadly. You breathe on fire. You don't know. That's absolutely fine. I am a fire dragon. Who has written that one? Yeah, Mikhail Mohammed. I'm a fire dragon. I don't obviously mean I literally am a fire dragon, but what does it tell me about me if I say I am a fire dragon? It means I'm strong, I'm aggressive, yeah? Watch out for me. I'm a powerful person. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, Mahayman is totally right. If I said somewhere is a zoo, I mean it is chaotic. Yeah, my house is like a zoo from Zubair. Good one. That is a metaphor. My house is a zoo. Really good. The zoo is filled with dragons. Good. The zoo is loud. You're right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave these. Ayub, stop spamming the chat. Right. I'm rushing through things, aren't I? I'm going to take a breather. Right, next thing. It's personification. Personification. So many syllables to go with personification, but I want to know, what is personification? It's recap time. Can you show off for me what personification is? I'm going to get some pictures up and clear off the board, ready for our personification chat. So, similes, comparing one thing to another. Metaphor, saying something is something when it isn't. Okay, so to add more detail. Personification. Somebody has already said to me what personification is. I'm going to clear these off whilst you tell me what personification is. And I'm going to stick up my new pictures, and maybe you could think of some personification to go with these pictures. I've only got 2 for personification. I'm going to take a little bit less time on this because I want to move on to our maths. So personification. Personification. Let's have a look. Personification. So many syllables. What is personification? Let's have a look. The clue is the first part of the word, personification. Oh, Mrs. Duncan, you are on it. Not Mrs. Duncan, Miss Duncan, sorry. You are on it. Personifications are humans that act like animals. Ahmad Saeed, I like that guess, but it's not quite right. That's a really good guess. I love when you try. Do you know what? That's the #1 thing. Who cares if you get it wrong? I do not care. No teacher cares if you get it wrong. It's trying that counts. That is the best thing. I love it. Yeah, that's okay, Samuel, if you forget. Good, Lowy, that's fine. You don't have to have remembered everything. I'm just checking if you do, because we might have to do a little bit more on personification, because personification is a tricky one. I think you've absolutely smashed similes. So similes, boom. Metaphors, we're a little bit like this, but we're getting there. Personification, a little bit trickier, don't worry. Personification is when you give something a human characteristic. Give object human characteristic. Okay, it's when you give an object a human characteristic. So what do I mean by that? You're kind of pretending that an object is like a human. It's doing a human thing when it's not really doing a human thing. Okay, so for example, I might be like, oh my goodness, look what I have. Oh, this party popper is calling my name. It's calling my name. That is personification. A party popper cannot call my name, but when I saw it, I thought, it's calling my name. I must pop it. Yeah? The party popper is excited. The party popper is excited. Should we see what the party popper is going to do? Woo! The party popper exploded. That's not personification. So it's when I give something that is not human, a human characteristic. So let's have a look if you've managed to think of anything. What could the tree be doing that's like a human? What could the tree be doing that's like a human? What could the car be doing that's like a human? Or what does the tree have that's like a human? What does the car have that's like a human? See if we can think of a couple. So it's when an object acts like a human. Yeah, good. I don't know how to explain it. That's absolutely fine, right? Let's have it. Yeah, your ears hurt. Yeah, it was quite a loud bang, wasn't it? Good. Sorry, Muna, if I scared you. Good. Dawud Islam and Zain have put here, the tree is waving, right? Good. Good. Right. More. Come on. Let's have a few more. The tree is like a human. That's not quite... thanks, Sultan. That's really nice. Oh, Sultan Sanjar has put that Mr. Bean's car danced on the wet road. Yeah, I love that. The car danced in the rain. I'm just going to change it a little bit. I'm sorry, Sultan. Yours is way better than mine. Right? The car danced on the wet road. Why is that good? Well, I imagine it driving on a normal road, and then it gets wet, and it's swerving. It's like it's dancing. This is really good. The car is calling me to drive it. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, I don't want to walk today. Oh, the car is calling me to drive it. Yeah, that's a good one. The tree was pulling its hair. I picture it like in the wind, like it's pulling its hair. Now, that's a good. The chair is calling my name. Yes, Samuel. The tree was dancing in the wind. Yes, Rainbow. The tree is holding lemon leaves. Yeah, yeah. You could say the trees. What's the tree got? The tree's arms. Yeah, the tree's hands. This is personification. The tree's arms hold its leaves. Yeah, the tree's arms stretch out far into the distance. Yeah, what's the tree doing? Oh, I see this in here. The tree stands proudly in the field. Good personification. Is he eating chocolate? I don't think the tree is eating chocolate. The way it's the cat is dancing. Yeah, the car grabbed me to drive it. What if Mr. Bean's car is going really, really slowly? I might say the car was crawling along the road. Oh, I set that party popper up and it's hurt my finger a little bit. The car had a mind of its own, Jamila. Yeah, the car has a mind of its own. Of course, the car doesn't have a mind, but I'm driving along. Ooh, I suddenly do that. Oh, the car has a mind of its own. It swerved all over the place. These are really good. Actually, I thought you were going to struggle with personification, but you're doing really well with this. Remember, there are videos on all of these things for you to have a look at. I'm just going to quickly close the door because everyone's just washing their hands. So 1 second. So there are videos on all of these things. There are similes, there are videos on metaphors, there are videos on personification. Go and check them out if you want. Right. Whew. Breather time. Time for some maths. We didn't do maths yesterday. We're not going to spend ages on maths today, but I'm going to have a little look at some maths stuff now. Okay. Just going to be, because we said it's kind of a recap day at the end of the week, a recap and reminder day. We're going to have a little talk about some of the things that we've been doing. And I'm going to look at it in a slightly different way, because some people have been struggling a little bit with multiplication and division. If you've got it and you get multiplication and division, it doesn't harm you to sit and watch this again, yeah? Or you can help out with ideas in the chat. That would be really, really useful to me. So don't just go if you think, I know multiplication, I know division. Stay in, help me out in the chat, okay? And help those people who are struggling a little bit as well, because that's what really good learners do. They help and support other people. So for maths, first of all, I want to remind myself what multiplication is. If I understand multiplication, that's going to help me to understand division better. So let's take a nice simple multiplication. 3 multiplied by 4. 3 multiplied by 4. Now remember, I'm using a slightly new word now. I'm not saying 3 lots of 4 anymore. I'm saying 3 multiplied by 4. So what that means, I've got 3, and we know multiplication is repeated addition. We've got 3, there it is, and I'm multiplying it 4 times. So 3, 3, 3, 3. That is what 3 multiplied by 4 looks like. I started at 0, I took 3, and I jumped 3, 3, 3, 3, 4 times. That's what it is, okay? I could have, when I was doing it, I could have thought to myself, well, I know what 2 lots of 3, they're 6, and I could have done 2 3s is 6, and another 2 3s is 12. I could have chunked that if I wanted, although I don't think I need to for the small ones. Okay, that's what multiplication is. Let me just have a look at another multiplication. Let's say I had 4 multiplied by 5. 4 multiplied by 5. Well, what I'm going to do on my number line is repeated addition. I'm going 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, like that. So let's have a look. What does that look like? So I've got 4, and I'm doing another 4. I'm doing another 4, another 4, another 4. And that is going to get me 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay? Now, I think most of us are pretty good with multiplication, and we kind of get the idea of it. So the reason I'm showing you this is I'm going to show you how knowing multiplication will help us to solve division problems. Okay? So there's our multiplication. Let's now go back a little bit of a step, and let's ask a slightly different question. I'm going to just remove these from the board, just very quickly. In class, it's a lot easier, isn't it? Because you've got whiteboards and things, and I can ask you a question to be getting on with. But here, you just have to learn to be a little bit patient and wait and be friendly and nice in the chat. Right, I got a question. Actually, I'm going to ask the exact same question I did for the multiplication, but the other way around. I got 12, and I want to divide by 3. Okay. Now, you know in real life, what I would just do is use my multiplications. I would say, well, how many 3s in 12? Let me have a look at what that looks like on a number line. But do you remember when we were doing our division on a number line, if we wanted to do a number line, you could answer it in your head straight away, and that's absolutely fine. But if I wanted to do it on a number line, I start at 0, and I know I'm trying to get to 12, because what I'm doing is I'm saying, how many 3s in 12? How many 3s are in 12? I could just count it up. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, there's 4. But let's have a look. What does that look like? So it's saying, right, there's 1 3 in 12. So there's 1 3, 3. There's another 3. Ooh, I can still keep going. There's another 3. Gets me to 6. Can I try another one? Oh, yes. There's another 3. That gets me to 9. Can I keep going? Yes, I can. There's another 3. That gets me to 12. So how many 3s in 12? There are 4 3s in 12. I can see the chat is absolutely going crazy. I know you know it's 4. I'm only going slowly so that we can picture what it looks like, okay? Right. This time, one more time of me showing, and then we're going to move to the harder ones, okay? Let's say I said, nice simple one. All right, I don't know, 25 divided by 5. Do you know what? I'm actually going to do this in slightly different chunks. I know that 2 5s are 10. So 2 lots of 5 are 10. So that's 2 times 5. So I've already done 2 lots of 5. Actually, I'm going to add another 2 5s because another 2 5s would get me to 20. Remember, I'm trying to get to 25. So another lot of 5s will get me to 20. So far, I've got myself to 20. How many more do I need? Oh, yeah. One last jump of 5 gets me to 25. So how many 5s in 25? As you've all answered, there are going to be 5. Okay? That's what it looks like. That's me doing it in some little chunks. Okay? So when I ask division, I'm saying how many of that number is in the bigger number. Right. Let's step up a level now. Last one where I model, we're going to the trickier ones, okay? And you are going to show me your answer after I do one more modeling. Right, let's go for a big one. Because, clearing all of this off. Let's say I have a big question now, all right? And I don't quite know the answer to it. My big question is going to be 39 divided by 3. Please don't put the answer. Please don't write the answer. If you know the answer, that's great, but please don't write it just yet, okay? Because I don't want to jump straight for the answer. I'm going to use my number line and get to 39. Now, everything I was showing you before, I was going, right, 1 lot of 3 is 3, 2 lot of 3s is 6, 3 lot of 3 is 9. Well, it's going to take me forever, isn't it? So what do? I think, what do I know in my 3 times table? 10 times 3 is 30. If I know that 10 times 3 is 30, that's going to get me to close to 39. So what I could do, I could have 10 lots of 3 for my first jump. I'm having 10 lots of 3 for my first jump to get to 30. What that basically looks like, I don't know if I've even stuck enough blue tack on here. I've got 10 3s in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so many. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. Look at that. That's how many 3s are in 10 lots of 3. But I don't want to do each of those jumps, do I? So I can see people are putting the answer when I said, please don't put the answer yet. I don't want to do all those 3s. So I just say to myself, 10 times 3 is 30. So I've done 10 jumps of 3 straight away. I'm not quite at 39 yet. So how much more do I have to get from 30 to 39? I need to add 9 more. 3 times 3 is 9. So if I have 3 times 3, so if I have 3 more 3s, 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So I did 10 times 3 and 3 times 3. How many 3s is that altogether? 10 add 3 is 13. So what were the 2 multiplications? Here it's time for you to write something. What were the 2 multiplications I did to get to 39? What did I times 3 by first? And what did I times 3 by second to work out 39? Show me the 2 multiplications I did, and then you're going to do one completely on your own. What were the 2 multiplications that I did in the chat? We are crazy numbers. What were the 2 multiplications I did to get to 39? Good. Barrels on it. Yeah. Well done, Anas. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, readers. Some people are just being a little bit rude, but it's okay. What are the 2 multiplications I did to get to the answer? Don't worry, Alicina. Let me be the one who does the telling off. I'm just happy you're all on here, really. I'm not that angry. Yeah, the thing is, I did 10 times 3 plus 3 times 3. In other words, I did 30 plus 9 to get me to the answer of 39. So that's 10 lots of 3, 3 lots of 3. Overall, that's 13 lots of 3. Now, don't panic if you're finding this hard, but I do want to put one on now for you to show me what you would do on the board. And then we're going to move on to our next thing. Gosh, because I'm a little bit behind time today, aren't I? Let me rub all this off the board. I'll put the question down here. I've just heard the bell. It means I need to move on. Question for you is 65 divided by 5. There's your question. I don't want the answer. I want the 2 jumps you're going to find the answer. So what's the first jump I'm going to do? Well, there might be more than 2 jumps, but what jumps might you do to get that answer? I'm just going to clear off the board whilst you're trying to think about it. Don't worry if you're stuck on this, because those of you who are still stuck at this point, Ms. Choate is doing a video to explain it all to you. So do not panic. Don't sit there thinking, I don't know what's going on. This is tricky stuff. This is advanced stuff, all right? If you don't get it now, not to panic. We'll be doing this all again when we get back in school, so do not worry. Do not worry. 65 divided by 5. What could I do to get 65? I can see some people have already got me the chunks that they're going to do. Have a little think about what are you going to do to get 65 divided by 5. What do I need to do? I need to look at the brain in a second. I need to look at Joe Biden in a second. What do we got? Ooh. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I've got 2 different answers that are popping through here. I'm going to show both of them because I like them both. I think they're both great. Let's have a look at both things that are coming through. So one thing, I normally say, try 10 times, then try 5 times, then try 2 times, then try 1 time. You know, just that's a sort of a general idea, but you don't have to follow that. So let's try this first one. Obviously, 65 goes at the end and 0 goes at the start. And I'm thinking to myself, how many 5s are in that number? So the first thing I could do, I could say, well, 10 lots of 5 are 50. I'm not quite at 65 yet. Right, can I do 5 5s, 25? No, I can't. 2 times 5 is 10. So 2 more lots of 5 would be 10, which gets me to 60. And then I've got 1 lot of 5 left. So how many was that? 10, 11, 12, 13. That's one way to do it. Another way that's popping through, which I really, really like actually, if you know your 5 times table, someone has put on there, well, I know that 12 times 5 is 60. That gets you to 60. And then you've just got 1 more 5 left to add, which gets you to 65. So again, that's 13 jumps of 5. Really well done to those of you who are getting that. There's so many more answers. And can I just remind you not to panic if you don't get it yet? There's loads more time. We will get it. Go and watch some more videos that are out there. Go and just have a look at different things. Don't sit there stressing because we'll get it eventually. If you don't get it now, we're not at the end. Okay, we're only at the end when we all understand it, and we will get there. Right, I spent so long on this. I'm going to have to rush through these next little parts, and I'm really sorry about that. So we did do research on the brain. I'm just going to log onto here. The brain, absolutely amazing. It is your #1 tool. In fact, it is you. The brain is full of electricity. Did you know that your brain produces enough electricity to light a light bulb? Yeah, if you actually took all the electricity that's flying around your brain, you could light a light bulb. I only found that out this morning. I thought that was absolutely fascinating. Your brain has enough energy inside it to light a light bulb at any second. So your brain, it is a supercomputer. Think of one of the most amazing, powerful computers in the world. That's what your brain is. It is inside there. Your brain is taking information in all the time. It is trying to understand it and process it non-stop. I'm going to just quickly draw a big brain up here. And we've got this bit here. The brain comes in here, it does this, and it goes off down here. And we've got this chunk here. And then all through here are these sort of weird little pathways, swirls and squiggles that go on in the brain. And this bit's a little bit darker, and that heads on down to your spine. Looks a bit like this. Now your brain is broken up into lots of different sections, and different parts of your brain control different parts of your body. Your brain has actually got 2 halves as well. It's got the right half and the left half. So there's 2 halves to your brain that make the whole. The right half of your brain, how weird is this, controls the left half of your body. The left half of your brain controls the right half of your body. So if you are right-handed, that means that you are mostly focused on the left-hand side of your brain. If you are left-handed, which I am not, you're mostly focused on the right-hand side of your brain, which is why sometimes left-handed people are considered to be a little bit more creative and artistic. Different parts of the brain do different things. Now, this first front part of the brain controls your emotion and personality. Who you are as a person is all formed up here. You're not born as something. Inside your brain, there are these little things called neurons, okay? And these are little cells. And what happens as you learn new bits of information, little links are formed, like little wires that connect your neurons. So say one day I learn what personification is. Someone tells it to me, I go, oh, personification is when you kind of compare something to a human. Oh yeah, I know what a human is. I know what words are. I know what about comparing. Okay, I've made a little link in my brain. Now, if you don't think about it again, what happens in your brain is these links, well, they kind of wear out. So if day one you do personification, if you never think about it again, when you hear personification again, the link to the other information won't be there anymore. But if you keep doing it day after day, I know what personification is. It's when I compare something to a human. Oh yeah, when I compare something to a human, that makes it better in my writing. And then I go back and I practice it. Oh yeah, well that's a good idea. I practice, I've got the words, I know what personification is. Here's an example of personification. Before you know it, those links between each of your neurons become really strong and thick. They go from being little dirt roads to strong motorways. And just like that, boom, you can say personification is this. It's when you say something that isn't human, has a human trait, because your links between your brain have become so strong. This is why we recap our learning and we re-go over things all the time. This is why it's really important that you read lots of books and you relearn things. You don't just do one thing once. With your multiplications, when you learn them one week, you don't just do it for the test and then forget about it, because these links, they will not be strong and they will fade away. Actually, as you get older, these links do become weaker unless you keep using your brain all the time. You need to think of your brain as a muscle. Just in the same way as when you go to the gym and you work out to pump up your strength, you have to keep thinking and doing things to make your brain strong. This is why it's so important in lockdown that you turn up to these things, that you go online, that you do the work, because you're working your brain out and you're making it really, really strong. We've got bits of section over here which control your movement. We've got things over here that are to do with your touch. Think about this. Every time you're feeling something or touching something, you can feel it's cold, you feel it's hot. Little electrical receptors are sending that information like that, lightning speed, straight to your brain so that you know, oh, that's hot, don't touch it. Or you might say, oh, that feels really nice. Why does it feel nice? It's soft on my skin. Your brain is comprehending every single part of your body, everything that's going on. Believe it or not, the back of your brain here is all about sight. When you take in an image, it actually comes in upside down. And images are full of all sorts of blank. You've got little blank spaces in your image. Your brain is building the picture up for you. It flips it upside down. It works out what the colors are all around you. And it produces the image that you see. It's amazing that your eyes are sort of floating over here. And your brain takes the information all the way through, processes the sight, and turns it into something for you. Isn't that incredible that it's able to do that? Over here, this is all about your balance and coordination. So the back of your brain controls your coordination. If you're really good at catching things and writing really neatly, this is all linked to the back of your brain in this little bit down here. And it's practice, right? You can strengthen it just like any other muscle. If you look at your handwriting and you think it's not very good, it's because you haven't been practicing it. The more you practice, the more the links between the neurons, the links between the movement, between the sight, between your hand, they all become stronger. This is why we practice catching and things. This is why we practice standing on one leg. It actually builds your brain up just like a muscle. I was going to say the last little bit, although there's loads more to it. We've got this main section here, which is to do with your memory. Keeping your brain healthy is vital. You need lots of vitamins, you need lots of minerals, you need to eat a healthy diet, you need to think and work a lot. That is what makes your brain strong. And it is so important to keep this thing here healthy. Now, There was loads more I wanted to say about it, but I'm absolutely running out of time and I need to go back to class and help my children. You also did some amazing research on Joe Biden, and I'm really sorry that I don't have time to go over it all. But you absolutely found out some incredible things. We found out that he was born in 1942. That's actually during the Second World War. He is the oldest president to have ever been a president. So 1942 is during the Second World War is when he was born. Yeah, he has been a politician since 1973. That's way longer than I've ever been alive. Okay, 1973, he started being a politician. He's been doing this job for a long time, which is quite good. It tells me that Joe Biden might be quite good at it. He worked for the Democrat Party, which is the left wing of the, you know what, I'm not going to talk about all of that because I need to move on. Well done for the research you did. Last things final, there is a quiz that is going to be posted onto the Google Classroom. Make sure that you go onto the Year 3 page to find the quiz. I will be bringing around prizes for the people who answered it the best. There will also be the register, which is now moving to Google Classroom. So if you're struggling to do it on the website, don't worry. You can all access Google Classroom and you can do your register onto there. The class is now finished if you want to go. Exercising your brain, yeah, it's like a muscle. You've got to keep it healthy. You're absolutely right. I haven't told you who's won the quiz yet because not enough people have done the quiz. I will release the winners of the quiz around 3:30 today. So you need to make sure you've done it by 3:30, and then I will come around and I will deliver your prizes to you. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Get yourself onto the Year 3 class page. Go to the Google Classroom. Miss Choate says that the quiz is there. It is ready. Get it in, get it done. Okay, you need to be listening to these live streams all through the week to be able to get all the answers right. Thank you, guys. I know you're all saying thank you. Thank you for working so hard this week. It is the weekend now, and your parents might disagree with me, but I think weekends are for resting. Okay, I'm not setting any tasks for you to do this weekend. There's no work that I want you to do for Monday. If you want to do work, that's your choice. For me, you need to rest, you need to relax, you need to calm yourself down a little bit because we're going to be working straight away back on Monday. Okay, rest is important for the brain. It's as important as work. Okay, it's just like when you're building your muscles. You can't just keep working out non-stop. You need to relax a little bit as well. Yeah, if you're running a marathon, you can't just run forever. You need to stop, take a breather, have some water. That's what the weekends are about. That's why they're there. So please rest this weekend. Have a nice time. Any problems, just ask me on the emails, or actually better on Google Classroom. Okay. Mahayman, if you think it's not there, you might be looking on the 3J page. You need to look at the Year 3 page. I know that you are all logged onto the Year 3 page, so go and check on there. Ridwan in 3P, I think, I'm pretty certain, I might be wrong about this, but you need to look on Google Classroom on the 3P page to find your username and password. Mahayman, on the Year 3 page, please. Any more questions? Bye, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed seeing you today. Get some rest over the weekend. Can't wait to see you on Monday, 10 o'clock. Let's see if we can break that 90 barrier. Well done, guys. Sultan. To be honest, one or the other, Sultan. I'd rather you just did Google Classroom. So just do Google Classroom from now on. Yeah, the one on the website didn't work. That's why we're kind of going to try doing the Google Classroom because it works a lot better. Yeah, you have a nice weekend as well, Jamila. Well done. Well done to everybody. I need to go back to class now. So bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.